Alright folks, welcome back. This is Tommy, helpwithgadgets.edc, and what we're going to attempt to do today is do some disassembly and cleaning on the Microtech MSI. Now, I say attempt to because sometimes in the past, in doing this style of lock has made things a little bit interesting, but we're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. Alright, first off, the pivot here is a T20, which is larger, I think, than any knife that I have tried to, or that I've had before. So let's see. And for next off, it's going to give me a little bit of a fit. Let's give something where I can give it a little more traction. Alright. Alright, there it came right out. Must have had a bit of thread locker on it. And, oh yeah. Okay, I'll drop that in the alcohol and let it clean up a little bit. Let's see if I can push this. Push it out. And I may not be able to do that. Let's go ahead and take some more screws out. In fact, I'll leave the T20 in this other driver that I have, and we'll start taking out the T8s. All of the rest of the screws are T8, big beefy screws. Even the pocket clip ones are T8. Alright, let's go ahead and take this one out. It does have quite a few body screws. Get two more up here on this side. And they do all appear to be the same length, so I'll have to worry about making sure they get back in the a specific spot. Let's see if this will. Oh wow, okay, interesting. You can see that the inside of the polymer scales are milled out or extruded out, or whatever you might want to, molded out probably would be a better term. And I plan on getting some different scales when they become available. These aren't bad. It's kind of like the FRN on Spyderco knives, but not my favorite. Alright, let's take a look at this and see what else we may have to do here. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Let's see. That just okay. Let me get one of my nice little handy dandy I don't see anything that might be holding it. I think it just fit. There's a tight fit over this pivot, but it doesn't seem to be budging. Let's go ahead and take out some screws from the other side. I don't think that's going to help, but it was coming loose a little bit. Alright. That's alright, because I want to look at something that I heard about with the clip. I heard it was kind of a bear to keep that. There's a plate on the back, and I'll show you in just a second if this thing will come apart. There's the back spacer. Alright. Let's see if I can do this without cutting myself or damaging the knife. Two important parts of the puzzle there. I certainly don't want to be cut by this thing because it is very sharp. And I don't want to damage it either. I think that's coming loose though. Slowly but surely. Not getting much leverage that way. There we go. Just have to gently persuade it. I really like these little pry bars that I have. They came with a dash cam. All right, and you can kind of see here how that locking mechanism works. So you go around here. Careful not to cut myself, and careful to get it on camera. That just follows the back of the blade around, and then slides in and locks. So very cool. All right, let's take some tension off of that and slide that blade off. I do like these bearings. Let's see if I can get those out and get them in the alcohol. And slide that out. Okay, good to go. Alright, drop that in the alcohol and drop that in the alcohol. Alright, let's see if I can encourage this to come off. Alright. There you go. Whoops. And it just all fell apart. But it goes back together just like that. Okay. Alright. I'm going to clean that up. And I'll wipe that down. Alright, I think we have all our different parts here. Oh, we've got this one here. I guess I could take that out. Okay. There that goes. And I want to show you what I was talking about here. We can actually take this, take either or of the screws out. And it's not wanting to cooperate. But if you take just this one out, you can, and it may be just, you can loosen both of them and just swivel it. But I just took it all the way out. Not what I had planned on doing. But as you can see, the way this pocket clip is cut, you can actually just slide that on there while you're keeping the screw in that plate back there. So you can have them started. It looks like I could start this. Let me try that. I'm actually going to start this just a little bit and see if, no, it doesn't slide in that easy. Alright, but we can easily do that around like so and see if we can't slide our screw back in. That's always fun on a clip like that, but wasn't too bad. Slides right back in there, and can tighten both of those down. Alright, good deal. Alright, let's go ahead and wipe these different parts down. This has actually gone a little smoother than I thought it might. So what all I'm doing is now is wiping all the grease and oil off of here. And I'll take and clean the pivot off. Look at that. Alright. Clean all of the various pieces here that came out. We'll need to put those back in correctly. And get a fresh alcohol pad. It does have a nice little coating of oil on some of this. Wipe that one down again. Wipe the lock. Whoops, it jumped. We don't need it jumping. Alright. That's the stop pin. And it does look like it is not free spinning. Okay, so I need to remember that when I go to put it back together. There's not a whole lot you can do on unless you want to wipe in each individual segment of the parts there of that polymer of the polymer here. I'm just going to wipe it down just a little bit and clean it up. Alright, wipe that back spacer down. There's some pretty decent jimping on that, as you can tell. But it's not, it is not bad. Same for the top of the blade. It does give you some good traction. Alright, wipe that blade down again, and I'm going to wipe the blade here and try not to release any blood on camera. That would be preferable. Alright. Let's get the parts out that I have soaking. Wipe them down and get them ready to go back into the knife. Alright. And being as this is the first time that I've had this apart, I may have to do a little bit of finagling to figure out the best way to put it back together. But have patience. I think I can figure it out. I think. Pretty sure. Alright. Let's wipe the bearings down and let them dry a little bit. And I said that was a stop pin a while ago, but I think this might be the stop pin. We'll figure it out here directly. As long as I get it back together and there are no extra parts, I'm thinking we should be good to go. Alright. Let's see if we can start off by slipping this back in. I think it should be like that. Maybe not. Alright, let's take a look at this side. It's kind of like putting a Lego set together sometimes. You just have to figure out the best way to do it. And I'm thinking that was it. to, okay, let's slide that back into there. One of our screws will go through that. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and slide one of the screws in there to hold that into place so we don't have anything jumping. And I think I might go ahead and put the backspacer in. Time will tell if that was the wise decision or not. Let's go ahead and do that. This, from what I understand, is a USA made knife. And the scales that I have ordered won't be here for a minute. But hopefully in the near future we will be able to have a video doing a scale swap. Alright, got the backspacer in. Tighten that up. Okay. And then we have the, this fits in here like so. That spring goes inside, and then that slips down over like so. Okay. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and drop one set of bearings on there. Put a little bit of oil. Don't know if any oil needs to be put on the lock part, but I'm not going to put any just yet. Okay, that's going to be right there. We need to set this stop pin in up here, and again it has to be turned just right. I'm thinking I should have put that in before. There we go. Let's see if we can slide that in right there. It probably would have been best to get that set as well before putting the blade on. But I think this will work. Alright, let's go ahead and slide that other bearing on. Put a little bit of oil on it. Alright. And I am going to put a little oil on the back of this here, as that's where the lock slides along. Alright. I believe this should be the next step. This should go down over that lock. It should then slide down over that pivot. Alright. That's looking positive. Alright. I'm not going to say anything just yet. I'm going to continue putting it together and see if it actually works when I get it together. And I could put some Loctite on these screws as well, but generally speaking, I don't put them on the body screws as long as they're usually stay in place. Just checking all of the screws here. Alright, make sure they're all tightened up, nice and snug. You don't want to over tighten them, but you don't want them loose either. Alright, now I get the T20 with the pivot screw. Get a little bit of Loctite stick on there and tighten her up. And again, I'll tighten this up and then I'll check it. Well, it doesn't appear to be. Oh yeah, well, that appears to do it. That was a little easier than I expected. Took a little while the first time I was figuring out some things, but there you have it. The disassembly and cleaning of the Microtech MSI. This is the apocalyptic finish, and so far I'm enjoying this knife a little more than I thought I would. But look forward to doing a full review of this one coming up shortly, Lord willing. And hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment. And again, I do appreciate you watching. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks.